What is going on, guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. Now, today I'm looking at YG talking to Theo Von about, I guess, black people forgiving Trump and pretty much just about Trump in general. But before we get into this video, I have a question to ask you guys. What has Trump actually done to make black people need to forgive him and want to forgive him in the first place? Like, what has he done so heinous and so bad that black people have to forgive him? I don't know anything that he's done like to damage the black community in any type of way, shape, or form. Like, you know, Joe Biden has done way worse for the black, even other politicians, not even just Joe Biden, but just other politicians in general have done way worse for the black community than anything Trump has ever done, in my opinion, personally. You know, all of the stuff that I've seen him pass for black people, you know, the first step back and all of that stuff like that, that was amazing. You know, the funding for the HBCUs, all of this stuff is amazing. So I don't understand exactly what he did to get into black people's bad graces, besides from just the media apparatus basically just pushing their narrative on black people all the time. You know, 90% of people vote, you know, black people vote Democrat. There's a reason for that. But with that being said, I think I've talked enough. Let's get right into this video. Without further ado, let's go.
Seen you met like Donald Trump or something.
I saw him at the fight last weekend.
Oh, last weekend.
Yeah, I saw him at the fights the other day.
What fight was he at?
He was at the UFC. Have you been to UFC?
I ain't been to a fight.
Oh, you got to come with me sometime.
Man, you feel me? I be watching them shit. Them shit's crazy.
Bro, you would love it there, bro.
Hey, last week, bro, that was like 2 months ago.
Oh, I saw him last week too.
Who fought last week?
This guy Volkanovski and another guy Yair Rodriguez were the headliners.
Oh.
And yeah, but I met him 2 times. Yeah, do black people fuck with him more? It seems like, to me, it seemed like more black guys would mess with Trump.
Okay, really quick, just a side note. How do they get monetized with cussing as much? Like, do the big channels get get good grace from YouTube? Because if I have like one curse word up in my YouTube video, they just like demonetize the whole entire thing. I can't make any money. So how, I gotta censor like all of this stuff out, honestly. How are they doing this right now? Does he still get paid for like cussing this much? But let's keep going.
Because he seems more like connected to the culture a little bit.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The black community was not with Trump. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
when
true.
that PPP shit and all that shit came out, black people forgave him.
That's not true.
Because he helped out?
Yeah. I'm speaking on the motherfuckers in the hood and shit in the streets. I'm speaking on their behalf. You feel me?
Oh no, I know a lot of hood dudes that just don't even pay attention to politicians, like listen to their moms and like the woman in the family, and they still just don't like Trump because of what the women say. Because, you know, they usually in the black community, at least from what I see, is like more so like a, I don't want to use this term, but I'm going to use it just for like a lack of a better term. Matriarchy is the term that I will use in the black community, as like to where the women are like the leaders right now, because the men are pretty much not doing anything that they need to do, at least in the hood, like he's talking about in the hood. Let's at least say that, right? Let's preface it by saying in the hood right now, the black women are in charge because they're the ones that have to do stuff to provide for families and all of that stuff, because a lot of the black men are not stepping up and doing what they need to do. And in the hood, I see a lot of people still saying Trump is trash and all of that stuff, which is not right, honestly. We all know, if you watch the channel, you know for a fact that they've pretty much just been brainwashed at this point. Like, you know, oh, indictment this, indictment that, he's going to jail. I mean, well, it's just an indictment. Come on, that's a far cry from jail. Let's be honest here. You know, when you look at the defense is pretty good and all of that stuff like that. But I digress. Let's keep going. I'm just saying I don't agree with his assessment, but let's keep going. Well, he probably knows more than me, though. I'm not in it. I just talk to hood dudes a lot.
Let them tell it. You feel me? This is what they say.
Yeah.
Shit. Biden ain't did nothing for us. That nigga Trump was passing out money. We fuck with Trump. I'm like, damn, so y'all back with Trump just like that, huh?
I do hear that sometimes,
like,
though.
Niggas like, hell yeah, nigga was passing out money.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do hear that once in the blue moon. I will say that. I do hear that, like what he's talking about right now, once in the blue moon, that sentiment. So I give him that.
I'm like, damn, that shit crazy.
Bruh, that's true though. Somebody showed up with a couple of bucks, man. That'll change the way you think about them.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
which is sad, but yeah, it's true.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, I didn't speak with him too much, but his son was there. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know how. I mean, I don't really trust a lot of these cats, you know. Yeah. I never really liked politics. I never really trusted politics, man. I never, because we grew up in like a poor area. So if something was out happening in our area, nobody cared because we weren't paying taxes. You know, we didn't have a lot of tax money. So they weren't really coming to help us, you know.
Hey, so what you tell him when you met him?
Trump.
Yeah.
I asked him if he thought I could be a if he thought I could work in politics one day. He
Like
said,
he knew you
can.
and shit.
No, he didn't. But he's like,
Uh.
yes, you can. Here's the best thing about Trump. I will say this, man. He's like, you're doing great. You're fine. You're good. He goes, your parents are great. I was like, my dad been dead for 30 years. He goes,
he a bullshitter.
no, but he goes, but before that, he was doing good.
Okay, that's pretty funny. You guys can't lie. That's pretty funny. If Trump actually said that, you can tell that Trump is more so a people's person than any other president that we've seen, at least in the past couple of years. I don't know. Obama might have been a people's person, except I don't see people telling stories about Obama like how they do Trump. Like, don't forget, guys, like Trump was already like a big figure in the media and everything like that way before he was the president. And I know Joe Biden, he's just Joe Biden. Let's be honest. Who is he? Like, really? Like, what? He can't even think for himself. He can't even speak for himself. I can't respect a president that can't even speak for himself. So we're not even going to talk that much about him. Except from what he's saying from Trump so far, I guess it makes sense why people forgave him. I still don't understand why people needed to forgive him though. Except he's saying black people forgave him after he gave him money. Really? That's really what it took. That's it. Just give him some free PPP loans. That really you guys scammed. Honestly, that wasn't for you guys. A lot of you guys scammed that because you guys didn't have businesses and you just said that you had businesses. But let's keep going. I digress. We ain't gonna get into that.
Bro, I fucking laughed.
Hey, yeah.
So hard,
Oh, the
bro.
gang, I would have laughed too. I would have laughed for
Bro,
sure.
I laughed so hard, man, because he was right, kind of. He like makes you feel, he's just good at shaking. He just makes you feel excited, But he was real friendly. He rolled in with Mike Tyson, man, the first time that I met him, which was crazy. And then, but yeah, he seemed to be doing good. Who did I? Oh, I did sit next to his son one time because his son looks kind of like a business guy,
Man, I made the biggest fuck Trump song ever.
Fuck Donald Trump, that was your song?
Yeah, that's my shit.
No way, bro.
Yeah, bro, you know that?
I didn't even know that.
You feel me? That's me and Nip shit.
Damn, bro.
Why did you make a song like that? What reason did you have to make a song like that? I'm just curious. Like, if you made a song called F Donald Trump, what was the actual reason you made it? Did you feel some type of way about Donald Trump? What were you hearing? What were the actual accusations towards him? I really want to know why the black community did not like Donald Trump. Like, a actual answer to that question. Because every single time I ask somebody, why is Donald Trump racist? Because, a lot of black people call Donald Trump racist. Why is he racist? They can never give me a specific answer. Sometimes they bring up the Chicago 6 thing. I don't know what it was. Like some type of case in Chicago where I guess he wrongly accused black people of doing something. So that really had nothing to do with the case itself, though. When I seen it, I'm like, okay, so he just accused them of that, just because everybody else was accusing them of that. Because everybody at the time thought that they did that. So he was just following suit, basically. But he had no type of influence. At least from what I seen. That was the only time I seen him up in the movie when I seen the movie. So what exactly did Trump do to black people? I'm just very curious. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
Damn, congratulations.
So I wondered, like, what he gonna, like, if I ever met the nigga, like, what he gonna say? Other than me.
He probably like, it's a good song. He probably would. Because it was a good song. He would at least give you that credit.
I think so.
Hey, you funny as hell.
He would at least, I think, give you that credit, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes, it's interesting. Politics is interesting because you start to see like if certain communities are just being used, if certain communities are just being taken advantage of,
Yeah.
But
To be fair, most communities in politics in general are being used because they literally need your vote to win. So they're using you to win. To be a politician to me is to be, in some ways, unless you're like really good at it, a narcissist. For the most part, I think most politicians, and I think anybody watching this, left or right, would agree with me. Yeah, I think you would agree with me at least, if you're left or right, that most politicians are just like narcissists that want power, that want to feel important. They don't actually want to create change. They're all friends with these plutocrats. The Democrats, the Republicans are all friends with like these different type of crats and all of that stuff like that. The plutocrats and all that stuff. So what really is it that they do to make change? At least in this day and age. Back then they probably did like a lot, but at least from what I've seen in the past, since I've been in politics, because I literally, I was only 20 up in 2020. 2020, I was 20. That was my first time being able to vote. And when I voted for Trump, he didn't win. It was Joe Biden. What has Joe Biden done to actually make this country better in any way, shape, or form? We have inflation. We have gas, high prices in gas. We are up in this Russia-Ukraine stuff and all of this stuff. So what exactly has gone right so far. I don't know anything that has gone right. You guys tell me in the comments below what exactly has Joe Biden done that is a net positive for society. You know, I know he's, you know, signed a whole bunch of, you know, deals and all this stuff like that. But I might just be ill-informed. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know everything. I might, you know, just be ill-informed. So just let me know, guys.
Anyway, man, I'm trying to think of anything else we want to talk about. But I thought that he was nice, though.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, but it's, you know, I don't know him. I don't know what he's like as a business person and everything, but he seemed to just sit there.
While that is a good thing that he thought that Donald Trump was nice, let me just kind of just put this out there. I don't think that it's good to judge politicians based off of their personality. Really don't. I think it should be judged based off of their, you know, policies, even though that's unrealistic of me to say. I just really think that, because guess what happened up in 2020? People didn't like Trump's personality, guys. And because they didn't like his personality, they voted for Joe Biden, who has zero personality. He just didn't have a bad personality. He had zero, but it wasn't bad, though. Apparently, to a lot of people, it was still better than Trump, which is just hilarious to me. But I'm just saying, guys, you know, I don't think people should be voting on you know, the personalities and all of that stuff. Mostly policy, but I know that's unrealistic, but I really wish that was the case.
There and enjoy the fights, you know.
Yeah, he be grabbing bitches by their pussy and shit too, right?
I mean, a lot of people have.
Okay, let's just pause the video right here because I don't want to get demonetized. I might have already got demonetized. I'm not censoring any of the stuff that they're saying. That's a lot of censoring. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Do I have anything else to say before I say all of this stuff? You know, with that being said, let me see. I got anything else to say? For the most part, I still don't know what. Actually, yeah, let me just say this before I close all the way out. You seen that, guys? I'm so quick to end the video. But before I close all the way out, let me just say this. I will say that I just genuinely don't know why black people still are mad at Trump and what they were originally mad at Trump for. They say he was a white supremacist, didn't really prove that. They say, oh, you didn't denounce white supremacy. He's denounced it at this point tens of times. I don't know, like 50 times. I think I've seen like a video compilation of him doing it multiple times with just denouncing white supremacy. So what exactly is the problem that black people have with Donald Trump? I've never had this claim of him being racist substantiated, so I can't call him that, and I won't call him that. I actually like Trump, you know, regardless of what people say. I still like him. I think he's cool. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, now I can end it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Peace.